I tend to overthink, you know, every now and then. If no, no, if you've ever been in autopilot and you snap out of it, okay, like you're on your way to work, and then you just snap out of it, like, whoa, how'd I get here? You know, it's kind of like that for me sometimes. But with life, you know, like you do something for so long, and you don't really take time to think about how you got here. I mean, you remember, but you kind of forget every now and then. Is it good to take a break? I guess. I know. Like, for instance, it dawned on me that I've been a husband for like 24 years and a father for like 21 years. Okay. Which is weird saying out loud. Now, these roles were not taught to me or anything. I mean, sure, there are plenty of, examples, other couples, television, guidelines by reading the Bible. But yeah, it seemed easy enough on paper, is what I'm saying. But here I am, doing it, In my mind, now, I knew how to be a boyfriend and I knew how to be a babysitter. Now, that's a gross oversimplification of marriage and fatherhood. But that's what you do at 21. That's what you do. Yeah. I didn't know what both roles would require of me. Again, I figured I'll just emulate TV dads, TV husbands. It'll all work out. I would say with marriage, it was always like, well, you ever, like, I step back and go, wow, we lasted 24 years. I mean, we did date for 26. No, we did date for 2 years before we got married. So yeah, technically we've been together for 26 years, but married for 24. And like, we knew how to, be boyfriend and girlfriend. You go out, you do things, and I would just walk her home, and then I'd go about my way. But I didn't really factor in the mirror that marriage would hold up to me. Yeah, I learned how selfish I was. How, I mean, both roles can really do that, but just doing whatever you feel like doing. It didn't seem like it was going to affect anybody else. If it's just me or for just dating. But when you get married, it's like you're making these vows, okay? You're making these vows and you're covenanting to be together and do life together. Two are becoming one. And I didn't quite know what that meant. I mean, I think it's like probably like one of the first times you want to go and do something on your own, and then you realize, oh, I should check in with the wife. Like, what is that? What does that mean? It's not permission, right? But two are one now, so maybe you said you do something first, or you agreed to something, like, did I even look at the calendar, or maybe, hey, maybe she just like to have me home for the night, just check in. And in a very immature way, I kind of felt like, okay, I'll do what I want to do, but that quickly died, quickly, because you see, I was growing up. I was growing up, I was learning, hey, no, we should consider each other, just, and yeah, so, and again, she's been great. She's been great for all this time, I know there are times when she probably wanted to roundhouse kick me, she's like, and I would have deserved it. But, but it showed me how selfish I was, You know, there's more than just me on the ship now. It's two of us. Some decisions I make may affect her, you know. So, and now, and then the whole fatherhood thing comes into play, you know. I was only 24, so I knew how to be a babysitter, right? You have fun, you take care, you change diapers, you feed, and then you send them back home. But not when it's your kid. No, no, we've been doing this for like 21 years. Like 4 kids, ages 15 to 21, and we've just been momming and dadding, you know. And it's been really cool to see how it's grown us, you know. But yeah, when it's your kid, you know, the baby comes out and the medical staff is like, all right, they're yours. Get out. Yeah. Very strange. Now keep in mind now, I was a husband before I was a father. So I was only a husband for like a short 2 years before becoming a father. I'm still trying to get a hang of the whole husband thing, and now I'm a dad. You know, like what is that? I learned very quickly being a dad is not an upgraded babysitter. Way more. You know, again, both of these roles require so much more commitment. I didn't even know if I'd be able to do this for this long, you know, when times got hard, you know, or if I was coming to the end of myself, you know. I had a whole lot to learn, still do. I'm still learning. You know, but without God's help, nah man, wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened, you know. So again, it's not like what I guess what I'm doing now is I'm just stepping back and just admiring just how far we've come, how much we've learned about each other, about ourselves, you know. You know, being a father reveals how dumb I am, you know, or whatever you think you're hiding, your kids are absorbing. As slick as you think you are. Nah. You know. But yeah, I think this is a good thing to stop every now and then and just appreciate. Appreciate. So there's nothing really to solve here. There's nothing to solve. This is just appreciating. Just how life is right now. I don't know when the next time will be when I do have one of these step outside of myself moments, but yeah. But I like doing this, just thinking out loud on things, you know. And there's a ton more I could say, but then I'd be rambling. Who's doing that? I'm not. Yeah.